Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to our video. So today's video is going to be episode 5 of the multiplayer main menu tutorial series. And so in this video we're going to be going over and setting up or creating our server browser, and then this is going to be probably be the last episode in the multiplayer main menu tutorial series. And now we're going to be getting everything set up, getting the server browser set up, and then testing it at the end between two clients to see if everything is working, and then hopefully I don't miss anything, and then everything will work just fine. But with that said, let's get to it. So I did start making this video a few minutes ago, and I made a small error whilst I was busy, and so I had to restart the video like now. So I already have the UI stuff created. So all you need to do is wherever your host game user interface is from the previous tutorial, you want to make a new UI or user interface called mp_server button. And then the other one is going to be just server browser. So you want to open the server browser. I have both of them open, and now I'm just going to quickly come over here to the designer to show you guys what you need to do. So all I did was I took a vertical box like so, and then inside of that vertical box I put a horizontal box, and then inside of the horizontal box I have a text called server count underscore text, and I just changed it to 0, and I changed the font size to 15, and then I added a spacer, and then I set that to full, and then on the right here I added a button called refresh server browser button, and then added the text onto it called server browser, just refresh. And then I added another horizontal box in the vertical box, and then in that I just added a border just to make it like split it sort of, and then from the other stuff on top, and then just below that, or also in the vertical box, I added a scroll box, and I call that space for servers. And so once you've done that, you can go through the styling and change all of the styling if you want to. I'm not going to do that. Now on this horizontal box here where the border is, all I did was I just added a padding of 10 on the top and the bottom. Sorry. Okay, so next we want to come to the graph, and then over here I made a few variables, and so the first one is going to be found servers, and this you want to change the variable type to object, and you want to make it a array. And then the other variable that you need is found servers int, and then make that an integer, and then another variable called status, and that just needs to be a string. And so once you've have all of that set up, the next thing it will do is quickly start setting up our refresh button. So the first thing that you want to do is we want to drag off of here and say for each loop like so, and then over found servers just connect that up like so, and then down here we want to drag off of here and say clear, and put this on complete. So this is just to clear any previous found servers that we had in our server browser, so that every time you refresh it doesn't like just add the servers on top of each other. And then we're gonna also take our space for servers. Now if you don't have it here, just make sure the scroll box that you add here and that you name space for servers, just make sure you enable is variable. And then off here we want to drag off and say remove child, and then connect it up like so, and I will add the content on later. Don't worry about that. And so just have that like so, and then under found server int you want to set this to 0, because obviously we've refreshed it and it put the found server count to 0. And then our status, you want to drag this off and connect this up like so also. And then now we're basically starting to search for servers like so. And now this will set up later with a function. Okay, and so over here we want to get our SP. We haven't actually created that, so we want to add a spinning loading thing here that will just toggle whenever we refresh. So I think it's under where should that be? Circular trouble. Yes, here it is. I want to drag it into the canvas panel like so, and then I'm gonna put this basically in the center like so, and I'm gonna put this to 0.5 and 0.5, and then I want to also make this the Y to 100, or however big you want it to have, or however big you want it to be. And so I'm also gonna make the number of pieces maybe a little bit more, let's say 25. And so on this one we want to make it under visibility, you want to make this collapsed by default, you don't see it. Okay, like so. So we have this, so just call this server browser or sp underscore loading. Okay, so now that we have that, we can quickly get our sp loading. You want to set the visibility, set visibility to visible, and put it like so. And so this is, and so the next thing is going to be that we're going to drag off here and say find sessions advanced. Okay, like so. And then over here by player controllers, and okay, get player controller, put it over there. And then you want to make sure use LAN doesn't have to be enabled, but just make sure that is correct. Yes, you don't really need to change anything here, but if you want to, or if you want to make your server browser a little bit more advanced, to make it so you can filter between or filter through servers, either the names or whatever, you can set that up yourself. Okay, and so the next thing, we want to make another variable called servers, and this is going to be a the type here is going to be blueprint session result, and then we're going to drag off here and say set, and this is where, oops, I actually have to delete this one. And then off of here, you want to promote to variable and call this servers, like so. And we want to connect this up to on success. And I want to drag off here and say length. And then over here is where we're going to set our amount of servers that we found, like so. And then we off of this, we're going to drag off and say for each loop. And then we want to connect up our servers from here. You can either drag it out here like so, or you can directly connect it to this set variable over there. I'm just going to put it like so. And then off of the loop body, we're going to say create widget. Now this is the next widget that we'll set up just after this. And then we want to connect the owning player to over here. So I'm just gonna reroute this one just to make it a bit nicer. Like so. Okay, so after we have done that, we want to drag off our array element. So over here, we want to say, wait, no, over here, we want to say set current, oops. Oh, we haven't actually created this. So what we want to do is you want to go over to yes, we want to go over to our game instance. We want to go to blueprints. Where did I put it? This one. So if you watched, I think it's one of the first episodes that we created everything that we needed. So the game instance is one of them. And so in this one, we're gonna quickly also do a few blueprint stuff. Okay, so in here we want to make a function called join selected server. So custom event and call it join selected server. And I want to get our get player controller. Hopefully you guys don't hear my keyboard too much when I'm typing. And so off of here we're gonna say join session, connect that up like so, and then off of the search result, or off of this string, we want to make a input and call it search result, and this needs to be a blueprint session result. I want to connect this up to there, and then this needs to actually go there like so. Just have it like so, and then off of here we want to just off of the success just say set input mode game only. This is not really necessary, but depending on how your character spawns, you can do this however. And so after you've done that, just save that, and then we should be all good to go for this. Now, before we can do the rest of this other stuff, we need to quickly create the server button thingy. So just give me 1 second. I'm just double checking I'm not missing anything. Okay, yes, okay. So, what we want to do is quickly go over to our server button widget. And so this is going to be a fixed size. So we want to basically put the screen size over here. We want to put this to, if I'm not mistaken, oh no, under here we want to make this custom. And the size we're going to go for is 1080 by 70. Obviously, you can make the size however you want. You don't have to do it exactly how I do, how I'm doing it. And so we won't be needing really a canvas panel, so we can delete it. And then we want to get a horizontal box and drag it in here like so. I think it filled it automatically, yes. Okay, and then we want to get another horizontal box. Put it on this horizontal box. And then we want to fill this. Let me just double check. Yes, we want to fill this, and then we want to add a padding on this one on the bottom of 10. So let's quickly do that. Just add a padding of 10 like so. And then we want to add another horizontal box on this one. Yes, okay, so we're basically gonna add another horizontal box on the same one. Because on this left one it's gonna show like the server name, how many players is in it currently, and the ping of the server. And then on this one we're gonna put our server button or the join button. Okay, so in this first one we're gonna be adding a vertical box. This is actually optional, you don't have to do this. I can actually skip this step. Let me just double check. This is mainly for styling, but we're gonna get a border and then put this in like so, and then make it to fill. And then we want to create another border. So this is gonna be in the normal on this horizontal box, like so, if I'm not mistaken, and then make this to fill. And then you want to make the brush color just to something darker than normal, like so. And I'm gonna make the alpha to 0.8 so it's a little bit transparent. Okay, and so now we want to add another border. This is really not necessary, but it's part of the styling I have here. So we already have this other border. Do we? Oh no, we need to add another border. Yes. Border. Add it to this, no, this one. Like so. And then we want to add another horizontal box. And then on the horizontal box is where we're gonna have our join button. And this is gonna be join server. Underscore button. So we can actually zoom out a bit. Okay, so there's our button. And so we want to add a text to it. Can I make the font of this maybe also 15, and we're gonna make this just join server. like so. And so our button, I'm gonna make this the background color to be, wait, we want to make this, I want to just copy this color and then make this border over here the same color. And then for the button, I'm gonna make the background color like almost nothing. I'm just gonna make it 0.2 like so. And now we need to add the other stuff like the server name, the map name, and all of those things. So on this one, so I actually missed one thing, but it's okay. We don't really need to do it. I'm just gonna leave it like is, and so now we can actually add our texts. So in this one, so remember this border over here, we want to add a horizontal box to it. Put it on like so, and then we want a padding of 10 on this horizontal box. Why did you go away? Like so. And then we want to add another horizontal box. I know it's a lot of horizontal boxes, but yep. And so this one is going to be filled. And now we want to make another horizontal box. And then we want to basically put it on this other one. And then we're going to basically copy this one and then paste it a few times in here. We actually need 1, 2, 3, 4. So how many do we have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, we have enough. And so first one is going to be the server name. So this one is going to be text box or text, sorry. And so this needs to go in there, and we're going to copy this basically for all of them. And so we want to basically make this fill. Wait, let me just double check. Yep, okay, so we want to make the text size of this a bit way smaller. I'm gonna make this maybe 20. I want to make this to be I really want to have to do it for each one manually, like so. Okay, so the next thing that we'll need to do is the first text is going to be our server name. So you don't have to put those brackets in like I do. It's just I just like to put it there so I know it's like going to be a variable that we can actually bind to something. Sorry. Okay, so the next one is going to be map name. Like so. And then the next one is going to be current and max players. Like so. So all of these we want to make sure that they are set as variables. Oh no, we don't have to. Sorry, you don't have to do that because we're gonna make a binding for them. And so the last one is going to be server ping. Like so. And now I just want to put a little bit of spacing in between these horizontal boxes. So on the right, I'm gonna add maybe 5 padding or 10. Why is it not actually? Wait, I selected on the wrong thing, I think. Yes, okay. So make sure you just add a padding to the right on each of these horizontal boxes, just so it's a little bit not too close together, like so. Okay, and so now we're gonna go to our server browser, server name, sorry, and then we wanna go to our bindings. And so you wanna come over here to the right and create binding. And now it will make a function for us. We can call this get server name. And then in here, we want to do a couple of things. So we want to get our current server. Oops, we haven't actually gotten that yet. So in the event graph, we want to create a new, or just create a new variable, sorry, called current server, and make this blueprint session result. And then off of here, we want to, motherfucker, come on. Oh, sorry, go back to the server name and then drag this variable out. And then in here, we want to drag off and say get extra settings. Connect it up there. And then off of here, we want to say get session property string. Make it like so. And then off of the setting name, this needs to be server name. And then off of the string value, we want to append it like so. And then in here, we're going to say name. And then we're going to connect it up like so. And this is going to be on found. So just make sure you have it all set up like so. And then under not found, we want to get our thingamajig here. Oh, we can actually just drag off of here. I want to say get server name. I want to basically do the same thing that we did here. Oops. Like so. I actually did this one wrong as well. So this needs to be name and with a space. Copy and paste it like so. And then we want to make another return node. Connect it up like so. And this actually goes to not found. Okay, and that should be it for this binding. Let me just see. Yes. Okay, compile and save. And now we're gonna do the next one. And that's going to be the map name. Create binding. And so off of this one, I'm just gonna rename this quickly. Get map name. And so over here, we're gonna get our current server again. I'm gonna say get extra settings. Like so. And over here, we're gonna say get session property string. And on the setting name, we're gonna make this level name. I think we actually, yes, we set up this in the host game thing, if I'm not mistaken. Where is it? Yeah, we did it, we set it here. Okay, so let's go back to our server button, and then over here we're gonna make another append. Oh, we can actually just copy this one and then paste it in here, and obviously this is gonna be map, and then connect that up like so, and then connect this one up, and then this needs to be on found like so. And now that is all done. Now we're gonna do the current and max players. So this one is gonna be get current max players, and then over here we're gonna get the current server again, and then over here we're gonna say get current players, and then we're gonna say get max players, and then over here we're gonna say append this one, and now we want to add another pin. We need to have 4. So on this first one we're gonna say players, like so, and then in here we want to make a space / space, and then we're gonna connect up on B the current players, and on the max players we're gonna connect up to D like so, and then we're gonna connect up this one like so, and that should be it for this binding. And so the last one is going to be the server ping. So I'm going to click create binding. Then let's call this get server ping, and then in this one we're going to say get our current server, and say get ping in ms in milliseconds. And so with this one we're gonna get I'm just gonna copy this append, and I'm gonna basically remove these bins, and this one is gonna be ping. Oops. I don't have a RGB keyboard, so it's sometimes a bit hard when it's dark in my room, so I can't see the keys that well. And my mic is in front of me, so that's also one factor. And so once we have done that, instead of doing that, we want to say to text integer, and then we want to drag it and connect it up like so. I just want to double check this one. Okay, that's fine. Okay, so that's it for this, and now we basically have our server button all set up. We just need to do the join button now. So over here, scroll down and click on the onClicked function, and now we want to set up. This is also pretty easy, so we want to say get game instance, and then we'll say cost to our game instance, or whatever your game instance is called. And then over here we're going to say join selected server. So this is the function that we created earlier. And over here under current server we want to get it and then hook it up like so. And that should be it for that. Now another function that we'll create is just we're gonna call this set current session, and inside of here it's gonna be pretty easy. Off of the, you want to click here, we want to make a input, and this is gonna be current server, and this needs to be blueprint session result. And then you want to basically take this variable here and say set, and then hook it up like so, and compile and save. And now we can go back to our server browser, and on this drop down select MP server button, and now we can basically continue setting up our server refresh button. And so as you guys remember here, so we want to basically now get our server, now all of our for or array elements, sorry, you want to say set current, wait, what did I name it? Yeah, set current session, set current, why is it not, oh sorry, we need to drag over here and say set current session, and then all of the array element, connect that up like so, and then I'll just add a reroute node to make it a little bit more pretty. You don't have to do this, but I like to do it just to make it a little bit nicer. Okay, and so off of this now, oh wait, okay, we forgot one thing. So now off of this, you want to now drag this all the way to here. When you guys remember when we created this remove child, so connect that up. Now we're gonna add a readout node to make it a lot nicer looking, otherwise it's gonna look ugly like so. So we're gonna make it like so and then drag it all the way. Let me just see if that's the correct height. Well, one up, okay, like so, and then just leave it like how it is now. So I know you could maybe make a variable of this, but it's okay. It will, this way it will still work. Okay, so off of our set current session, we want to now get our found servers again, and I want to say add, and this is gonna be this one, and then connect this up like so, and then off of this widget thing here, we want to connect that up like there. I'm just gonna add a readout node like so, make it nice, and then we can move this in a little bit like so. And then off of this same pin here, we're gonna say add child. Whoops. And why don't I see? Oh, we need to get our space for servers. So this is basically our scroll box. I'm gonna say add child. And then the content is going to be this one. Now I'm just gonna put this one over here like so. And I think that's about it. There's one thing, yeah, there's one thing we need to do, and that is off of here under completed. We wanna set our status and say all done or whatever you want, and then we want to get our loady thingy, our circle loady thingy, and set this to collapsed again. So this is after it refreshed the entire server browser and it already put in all of the servers. We want to hide this again, and then we want to make, yeah, okay, that's it. So that's basically gonna be our server browser code. So let me just double check that everything is correct. We did set up this, yes, okay, that is all set up. I'm just double checking that we got everything. Yeah, okay, so we have everything. So now I think I said it in the beginning, but there was a problem. Let me quickly show you guys. In one of my previous videos, after I recorded the actual video, I realized when you click on play and you click on host game, everything works just fine as it should be. But if I click back, as you can see, it doesn't go back to the play part where it shows. It's supposed to then make the host game button and the server browser button visible again. So one thing I'm gonna try to use to bypass this, just because I don't know why this is not working. I checked the blueprint code and I don't know why it's doing this, because I've done this before for other projects and it worked just fine. It might just be a bug. I don't know, but what I am going to do is I am going to come over here to our content browser and I'm gonna make a new UI widget, and I'm just gonna call this play. And then we're basically gonna open this, and then what I'm gonna do is you wanna come down here to user created, but before we do that, I'm gonna get a widget switcher and I drag it into our canvas panel and make this fill. Like so. And then we also want to add a vertical box. So we actually want to add the vertical box and add the widget switcher inside of the vertical box. So the vertical box, make sure the size is full, like so. And then this one we want to say fill as well. Compile. Okay, we want to add a horizontal box to our vertical box, and then this one is going to be on top. And then I'm just going to add a padding underneath of about, let's say, 10, like so. And then in here we want to add 2 buttons. So I'm going to add 1 button, whoops, wrong, on the horizontal box. Okay, so I'm going to add a text also. Add it in here. Now the button, this one I'm going to call host game, or host game underscore, whoops, underscore btn for button. Okay, and on the text box we want to make the font a little bit smaller, so I'm going to make this about 20, or you can actually make it a bit bigger, but let's make it 30, like so. And then I'm basically going to set the text to host game, and I'm going to copy this button and then paste it again inside of this horizontal box. And then I'm also going to just rename it up here to server browser, and then also change the text to server browser, like so. And then I'm basically gonna now go to each button and say fill, like so. Okay, So let's quickly set up this part. Okay, oh, before we do that, now go to the user created, and over here is where we're gonna basically drag in our host game into the widget switcher, and then also drag in the server browser to the widget switcher, like so. Okay, and there you guys go. So our buttons are basically on top, and then with the widget switcher, with these buttons, we're gonna switch between the host game and the server browser UI. And so now we can quickly go to our graph. Okay, so over here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna quickly go, let me see. Okay, so what we wanna, it's going to be pretty easy. So on our server browser button, we wanna click on it, and then we also wanna create our on-click for our host game. So off of here, we're gonna say set. Wait, we have to get our widget switcher and say set active widget index. So it starts at 0 and then goes to 1. So just connect that up like so. Oh, we need to actually make 2, sorry, my bad. Connect this one up here, and then connect the target up to that one. And then for the first index, keep that to 0 and make the second one to 1. So that should be good to go. Yes, let's just double check that our server browser needs to be first and then our host game. Yes, okay. So what we're gonna do now is go to our main menu over here, and then what I'm gonna do is in here, instead of doing all of this stuff, I'm just gonna delete this. Like so, just delete it. That's the stuff that we had in our back button, and then over here also we want to delete this whole thing here, and all we're just gonna do is just gonna make our and then all we're gonna do is just make our host game widget visible. Or well, instead of this now, what we're gonna do is delete this, and then come over here to our designer, and then remove this host game widget there. And now over here where the user created, we want to drag in our play like so. And so I'm gonna basically keep it the same size as it was before, roughly this big, and then about there, and then make this all 0 so it fits in. And there you guys can see now we have our widgets here all set up. So what I am going to do now is just make this just set the visibility to collapsed by default, so because we don't want it to be visible, like so. And now on this back panel, just to double check, so this needs to go away. Yes, okay, so we want to basically delete our host game button and our server browser button, because we're not gonna use it anymore, and we'll just have those buttons. Okay, so we will have an error. That's because we just need to delete this, or remove this from this thing here. Oh yeah, we can actually delete this as well. Sorry, my bad. And we can actually move this a little bit up, like so, and then move this one over here. Okay, like so. So now when we click play, we should have our server browser and host game thing all done. So if we click on play, why is it not? Oh wait, I totally forgot to put in. So if we click on play, oh yeah, we need to make our play widget visible. Get, and then set that to visible, and then also when we go back we want to collapse our play UI like so. Compile and save, and now if we play and we click play, it is go. Now it shows our server browser first, but if we click on host game it should switch. There you guys go. And now if we click on server browser and we click refresh, as you guys can see our spinny thing comes up, and now it should hide if it doesn't find, okay, yeah, it doesn't find any servers. So now let's quickly test this out with 2 clients and then make the one client create a game, and then see if the other guy can see the server. So I'm gonna change the net mode to players listen server, and then, or we can actually set it as players client and then just make the number of players to 2. And so the other one is here on my other screen, so I'm just gonna drag it on like so. And so on this one, let's quickly click on play, go to host game, and then just call the server testing 1 2 3, and then the map is going to be our map 1, and the max players I'm going to put to 5, and then LAN, leave that enabled. And if we click on create server, it should put this guy in the server now. And now if we come over here to this one, we want to click on play server browser and then refresh, and we should see the other player's server. And there you guys go. There we can see the other player's server. There's the server's name, the map that it's on, and then the current players that's on it. Now currently for some reason it's showing 0 out of 5. I'm not sure exactly why it's not showing that there is already one in there, but I think it's because I played it as dedicated server instead of players listen server, so that might be one of it. So if we click on join, we should be able to join now, and it doesn't seem like we can. Let me just refresh again. There might be something that we missed on the join button, or okay, yeah, let's quickly just check if I missed something. So server event graph, okay, that is all set up. Join selected server. We go over here. That is all correct. I'm just checking to see if I missed anything. Alright guys, I'm back. So I was a bit stupid. So in my previous video where we set up the host game, I actually forgot. So you want to come to your host game over here, and then over here where we open the level, under options here, we want to actually put in question mark listen. And that is one thing that prevented us from being able to join our server. So just make sure you put question mark listen like so, and then compile and save. And then I'm quickly gonna start and test this out. So let's quickly create a game on this one. So host game, just put in a random name map1 and put it like so, create. So there we have him now. We can run around. So let's quickly come over here to this guy. Click on play, server browser, refresh. And hopefully this should work now, because if you don't have that listen, yeah, there you guys go. Now it actually shows the amount of players in the server. And now if we click join, yep, there we guys go. And now we are in the server. So sorry for that. I totally forgot to actually mention it when we actually made the host game, but it slipped my mind and I just only realized it now. But yeah, there you guys go. So we can actually test this out quickly. So let me quickly stop it again, and now I'm quickly gonna make a third player. And then on player 1, I'm gonna quickly create a thing again. I'm gonna choose map 2 for now, for the second time. And so let's do it like so. And then on client 3, let's quickly click on play, refresh. And now if we click join, should join. Now that guy is in. Let's see if this guy can come back in. The browser, refresh. There you guys go. It shows 2 people, and now join. Now there you guys go. 3 people are in the server that is hosted by that guy. Now I'm not gonna go over like showing you guys how to set up a pause menu and then having a button there to where you can disconnect. I can maybe do that, but I will see, and then I'll maybe make a tutorial on that maybe in the future, going over a pause menu, and then it should be maybe like a follow-up of this multiplayer main menu series. But yeah, with that said, I think this is gonna be it for the multiplayer main menu tutorial series for now. Hopefully, if you got to this point, hopefully your server browser and your host game thing, all of that stuff works for you just as well. But yeah, as always, if you guys enjoyed this video, make sure you guys give it a thumbs up, and also remember to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet, and I'll see you guys in the next one.